Streetlights flicker on the empty road. Your hand in mine feels heavier than before. We talk in whispers like the world's asleep, but every word we say cuts a little deep. No more tomorrows, no more plans we drew. Just this moment, me and you.
If tonight's the end, let it end right here. Wrap me in your arms, wipe away the fear. I'd rather break with you than face the dawn alone. Hold on tighter, baby, if we fall, let's fall in love's last glow.
Die with a smile, just you and I.
One more breath before goodbye. Your heartbeat echoes in the quiet dark, like a song that's fading, tearing me apart. I trace your skin like mapping out a dream, trying to remember what it means to be. Time is stealing every second we steal, but your touch makes the impossible feel real. If tonight's the end, let it end right here. Wrap me in your arms, wipe away the fear. I'd rather break with you than face the dawn alone. Hold on tight, baby, if we fall, let's fall in love's last glow. Die with a smile, just you and I. One more breath before goodbye. No regrets, no what is left to fight. Just promise me you'll carry this light. When the morning comes and pulls us apart, keep this feeling safe inside your heart. If tonight's the end, right here, wrap me in your arms. I'd give the stars for one more night with you. Hold me closer now, don't let it through. Die with a smile, die with a smile. Just you and I, just you and I. One last heartbeat before we say you and I. Die with a smile.
The street lamp outside your window flickers like it's tired of waiting. Yellow light bleeds in a rain street glass, a slow goodbye without saying. I trace the outline where your shadow used to lean. Now it's just negative space, breathing quietly. We were wick and flame once, the lantern left hanging in an empty hall. Glass cracked but still holding ghosts of light. I walk past and feel the warmth that isn't there at all. A glow that died for light without a fight, just fading.
Skin you shed, sleeves remember arms that don't reach back. I fold it once, twice, then leave it spread like wings too heavy for the moth to come back. We built a house of smoke and whispered plans. The wind came soft and scattered what we held in hands.
You're the lantern left hanging in an empty hall. Glass cracked but still holding ghosts of light. I walk past and feel the warmth that isn't there at all. A glow that died for light without a fight, just fading. We couldn't fix.
You're the lantern swaying in a windless place, flame long gone, but the shape remains. I don't blow it out, I don't replace. I just turn away and feel the chill explain.
I wake up to the same four walls again. Coffee cold before I even taste it. Your side of the bed, still empty space. I tell myself it's better this way, but it tastes like lies. Days turn into weeks, weeks into nothing new. I'm trying to forget, but forgetting's hard on you. I'm learning to walk these streets without your shadow trailing, trying to find a version of me that isn't failing. Every corner holds a ghost of what we were, but I'm whispering to the mirror, you're enough, you're sure. One step at a time through the fog and the rain. I'm building something new out of all this pain. Not whole yet, but closer than yesterday. Learning to stay even when you walked away.
Books we read together sit untouched on the shelf. Songs on shuffle, skip the ones about ourselves. I smile at strangers, pretend I'm okay. But nights like this, the silence has too much to say. I hate you anymore. That's progress, I guess. Just learning how to live with the weight of what's left.
I'm learning to walk these streets without your shadow trailing, trying to find a version of me that isn't failing. Every corner holds a ghost of what we were, but I'm whispering to the mirror, you're enough, you're short. One step at a time through the fog and the rain. I'm building something new out of all this pain. Not whole yet, but closer than yesterday. Learning to stay even when you walked away. Maybe one day I'll look back and thank the hurt for teaching me what strength really looks like first. No fireworks, no grand return, just quiet mornings where I finally learn.
I'm learning to walk
Without you here,
trying to find
peace in the clear.
every corner,
Face a little more,
whispering, you're enough.
you're enough. One step through the rain, building new out of pain. Closer now to okay. Learning to stay.
Learning to stay. Learning to stay. The console flickers once every cycle, blue light stuttering like breath. I replay the final handshake packet you sent before the death. Whole creaks and vacuum silence, no gravity to hold the ache. Just lines of code repeating your coordinates already fade. We aligned our orbits perfectly, sync to the same star spin, but one thruster misfired and the distance rushed in. You're the signal lost in the void between two dying suns. A faint repeating beacon, no receiver ever runs. I broadcast your name on every frequency we share. Static answers back politely, cold and unprepared. Drifting like echoes swallowed by black. Avatar still lows and low-res on the cracked display. Pixels fray at the edges where you used to say you stay. I root power to the antenna, burn the last reserves of fuel, hoping one last ping might find the ghost of what was you. We chart and nebulae together, promise we'd outrun decay. Now the star maps curl like paper in the cosmic fray. You're the signal lost in the void between two dying suns. A faint repeating beacon, no receiver ever runs. I broadcast your name on every frequency we share. Static answers back politely, cold like echoes swallowed by black. Sometimes the sensors glitch and catch a phantom heat signature. A warmth that isn't there, a false positive of what we were. I don't correct the reading, let the error log remain. A small rebellion against the nothing that became. You're the signal lost forever in the interstellar night. No rescue vector plotted, no beacon burning bright. I power down the systems one by one, except the end of flight. We were trajectory. We were trajectory, now just the dark that holds no light. The last transmission ends, and space doesn't even notice it's gone.
I stayed through the storms when the warnings were loud, kept patching the cracks in this crumbling house. Your silence grew heavier than any fight. I told myself waiting would make it right, but every one more chance carved deeper lines. Now the mirror shows someone running out of time. I stayed until the fire turned to ash, held on so long, forgot how to crash. Now the weight is lifting, but it hurts like hell to admit that loving you was my personal jail. I stayed too long, now I'm finally breaking free from the ghost of us that was killing me. No more pretending this heart can mend. I stayed until the very end. Your coat on the hook still carries your name, but wearing it now just fans the old flame. I scroll through the good days, delete one by one, trying to erase what we had become. The promises faded like smoke in the wind. I'm tired of losing to where we've been. I stayed until the fire turned to ash, held on so long, forgot how to crash. Now the weight is lifting, but it hurts like hell to admit that loving you was my personal jail. I stayed too long, now I'm finally breaking free from the ghost of us that was killing me. No more pretending this heart can mend. I stayed until the very end. I don't hate you, I just ran out of fight. The love that was endless ran dry overnight. No dramatic exit, no final scream, just me walking away from the dream. I stayed until fire turned, held on so long, forgot how to cry. Weight is lifting, hurts like loving you. Stay too long, breaking free. Ghost of us, killing me. No pretending, I stayed on
The screen lights up at 2 a.m. with 3% in your old notification. A half-read message from last winter, still waiting in position. I swipe to clear it, but the fingerprint smudge stays behind. Your thumbprint overlapping mine, a ghost I can't rewind. We used to charge side by side, cables tangled on the floor. Now the charger hums alone like it remembers more. You're the 3% battery left when the night gets too long. A warning vibration that plays the same old song. I dim the brightness, hoping to stretch what's almost gone. But the percentage drops anyway, no matter how I prolong. Fading charge, fading charge, like habits we never uninstalled. The autocorrect still suggests your name in every empty field. Even after I deleted contacts, it knows what I conceal. Photos app scrolls to that one blurry shot we laughed at then. Now it's just noise and storage, taking space again. We synced our calendars once, color-coded days in blue. Now the grid is empty except for reminders overdue. You're the 3% battery left when the night gets too long. A warning vibration that plays the same old song. I dim the brightness, hoping to stretch what's almost gone. But the percentage drops anyway, no matter how I prolong. Fading charge, fading charge, like habits we never uninstalled.
I plug it in at dawn, watch the icon crawl from red to green. Pretend the juice will fix the lag in everything between. But some apps crash on open, others freeze on load. The phone keeps working fine, just without your overload.
You're the low battery legend flashing in the dark. A quiet shutdown sequence leaving its mark. I let it die on the table, no frantic search for a chord. We were connected, now just the silence of a full recharge ignored.
The screen goes by.
But the vibration motor still remembers your rhythm.
I stand under the same sky we used to count Constellations spelling out the names we never said aloud. The wind carries fragments of your voice through branches that still bend where we once made our choice. Time folds the edges of our story thin, but every fold still lets a little light in. When the stars remember us, they'll whisper soft and low that we burn bright before we let it go. I carry pieces of your gravity inside, pulling me forward through the endless tide. Not chasing shadows anymore, just learning how to fly with the echo of your light still in my sky. When the stars remember us, they'll know we tried. Street signs point to places we won't reach again, but the moon still hangs like it forgives our end. I trace the outline of what almost was in the quiet spaces between, because no anger left, just gentle residue of a love that shaped the better parts of you. When the stars remember us, they'll whisper soft and low that we burn bright before we let it go. I carry pieces of your gravity inside, pulling me forward through the endless tide. Not chasing shadows anymore, just learning how to fly with the echo of your light still in my sky. When the stars remember us, they'll know we tried. If there's another orbit waiting out there, maybe it'll catch the spark we left in the air. No promises, no maps to follow through, just me and the night, starting something new. When the stars remember us, we'll burn bright before we go. I carry your gravity still, pulling forward through the tide, learning to fly with your light. When the stars remember us, we try. When the stars remember us. The machine gurgled at 7:03 like it's programmed to remember. Water hisses through the same narrow path, same steam, same ember. I press the button once, watch the red light blink its quiet code. The drip starts slow, like it's hesitating down the road. We used to argue over strength, dark roaster light, one scoop or two. Now the pod clicks in alone, no debate.
has a ring inside, brown crescent from your last pour. I rinse it under tap, but the stain clings to the core. The machine beeps its finished note, sharp and indifferent. I pour black into silence, no cream to make it different. We timed our first sips together, steam rising like shared breath. Now the heat escapes upward, no one left to confess. You're the drip still slow from the spout at dawn. No sugar stirred, no milk poured on. I stare at the stream like it might change its mind, but it falls the same way every time. Dripping, dripping like mornings we never rewound. Sometimes I run an empty cycle just to hear the pump. Watch water circle down the drain, no grounds, no lump. I don't add a pot, don't close the lid completely tight. Let the machine sigh, it's steaming to the quiet light. You're the drip still slow, no hurry, no end. Cup half full of habit, half empty of friend. I leave it on the counter, let the warmth slowly leave. We were routine, we were routine. Now just the gurgle I believe. The last drop hangs, then falls without a sound.
In the grove where trees remember every vow we spoke. Leaves glow amber, holding fire that the seasons never broke. I walk the path of silver bark, fingers brushing spells gone cold. Each touch dims a spark, turns gold to ash we can't unfold.
We wove our names in branches once, enchanted them to last. But the forest's magic falters when one heart walks past.
You're the ember, leaves drifting slow through endless fall. Floating embers of a fire that answered no one's call. I catch one in my palm, feel the warmth already gone. No wind to fan it back, no dawn to carry on. Fading glow, fading glow,
Like stars the forest swallowed whole.
your silhouette still shimmers in the canopy's faint light. A phantom bloom that wilts each time I try to hold it tight. The roots drink up our laughter, turn it into quiet dew. But nothing grows where promises were never meant to true.
We dance beneath the canopy, believing time would bend. Now the grove just whispers echoes of what might have been.
You're the ember, catch one in my palm, feel the warmth already gone. No wind to fan it back, no dawn to carry on. Fading blue,
fading glow, like stars the forest swallowed whole. At twilight the woods hum a lullaby no one hears. Branches sway like they're mourning all the vanished years.
I don't call your name aloud, I let the silence claim its due. The magic fades politely, leaves me only with the view.
Your ember leaves scattered where no path leads back. No spell to summon spring, no way to mend the crack.
I turn from the glowing ruin, let the twilight take its toll. We were enchantment, we were enchantment.
Now just the hush
Where embers fall. The last leaf settles, and the forest forgets its own name. Empty coffee cup still on the table. Your perfume lingers like a ghost I can't disable.
I replay the words we left unsaid, wishing I could take back everything instead.
We built a house of moments, now it's ash,
And I'm the only one who feels the crash.
I didn't know forever could feel this small. Your name still echoes down these empty halls. If I could turn the clock, I'd beg you stay. But love like ours was never meant to wait.
Now I'm learning how to live without your light in the silence of another endless night.
All that's left is this quiet ache inside.
Where you used to be, where you used to hide.
Hey, rain taps the window like forgotten promises.
I scroll through photos, drowning in what it is.
Your smile frozen brighter than my days. Now every frame just pulls me further away. No second chances written in the stars,
Just lessons carved into these lonely scars.
I didn't know forever could feel this small. Your name still echoes down these empty halls. If I could turn the clock, I'd beg you stay. But love like ours was never meant to wait.
Now I'm learning how to live without your light in the silence of another endless night.
All that's left is this quiet ache inside.
myself will make it through.
I didn't know forever could feel
This small.
if I could turn the clock. But love like ours, now I'm learning how.
In the silence, all that's left is this quiet air. We used to be.
Quiet day.
Where you used to be.
The drum spins one more time, same low hum at 11 p.m. I load the last shirt you left behind, sleeves still roll like then. Fabric softener lingers longer than the stain we tried to lift. White foam circles down the drain, taking nothing with it. We used to argue over settings, hot or cold, delicate spin. Now the machine decides alone, no voice to argue in. You're the cycle ending quietly in an empty drum. No buzzer needed, no clothes to fold, no reason to come. I open the door and feel the warm air rush out like breath, but nothing's left to hang, no wrinkles to confess. Spinning down, spinning down, like routines we never switched on. Your hoodie sleeve still holds the shape of elbow bend. I smooth it flat before the wash. Pretend it's just pretend. The lint trap catches threads we shared without a word. Gray fuzz of two different colors, tangled and absurd. We timed the loads together once, waiting for the beat. Now I set the timer for myself and let the silence creep. You're the cycle ending quietly in an empty drum. No buzzer needed, no clothes to fold, no reason to come. I open the door and feel the warm air rush out like breath, but nothing's left to hang, no wrinkles to confess. Spinning down, spinning down, like routines we never switched off. Sometimes I run an empty load just to hear the rhythm play. The water swirls for no one, rinses nothing away. I don't add detergents, don't close the lid all the way. Let the machine breathe, let it forget the day. You're the cycle ending quietly, no encore, no repeat. Just the click of lock release and cool metal under feet. I leave the basket open, let the damp air drift through. We were laundry days, we were laundry days. Now just the clean that feels too new. but the echo of the spin still hums in the park.
I keep the E you left behind on purpose. Turn it over in my palm until it hurts. Every door I pass still smells like your cologne. I'm telling myself this time I'll walk alone, but pride is a liar with a velvet tongue. It whispers one more try when the damage is done. I'm dying on this hill, won't surrender the fight, even if it buries me tonight. Your name carved in my bones won't fade with the light. I know it's over, but I'm holding too tight. Die on this hill, yeah, I'll bleed for the lie that love like ours could ever say goodbye. One last stand before I finally cry. Die on this hill, or learn how to die. Photos in the drawer, I pretend they're gone, but I pull them out when the silence is too strong. Your voice in my head plays the same old song, telling me to stay when everything's wrong. Logic screams run, but my heart won't obey. It built a fortress out at your drawer sticks halfway when I pull it at night. Wood swollen from seasons, or maybe just Sprite. Inside a blue pin rolls forward, cap missing since spring. It taps the front panel softly, like it's trying to sing. We used to leave notes here, folded small and tight. Now the only thing folded is the silence tonight. You're the drawer still stuck, refusing to close all the way. A gap just wide enough for yesterday. I reach in blind fingers brush the same old mess. Receipts, rubber bands, a key I can't guess. Stuck, stuck, like words we never finished saying. Torn corner of paper, has your handwriting half gone? Call me when, and then the rest is torn. I smooth it flat under the lamp, pretend it's whole, but the creases remember better than my soul. We shove things in here when the desk got too full. Now the clutter feels deliberate, intentional, cruel. You're the drawer still stuck, refusing to close all the way. A gap just wide enough for yesterday. I reach in blind, fingers brush the same old mess. Receipts, rubber bands, a key I can't guess. Stuck, stuck, like words we never finished saying. Sometimes I empty it all onto the floor at 2 a.m. Sort through the junk like it might explain the end, but nothing adds up. Nothing points to why. I just push it back in and let the drawer sigh. You're the drawer still stuck. No force can make it right. No oil, no push, no slanting through the night. I leave it open a crack, let the air breathe through. We were desk space, we were desk space. Now just the things I can't undo. The pen rolls once more and settles where it always was.
The mirror in the hallway holds a version of us still. Cracked spider web across your smile, but only half the thrill. I tilt my head and watch the pieces shift like falling snow. Your eyes stay fixed on mine, though they were never meant to know. We polished every surface till the truth could slide right through. Now every angle bends the light and bends the me and you. You're the shadow reflection, staring back from broken glass. 1,000 tiny versions, none of them can last. I reach to touch this surface, fingers meet their own delay. The image ripples once, then turns its face away. Distorted, distorted, like stars seen through a veil of rain. Your silhouette still lingers in the frame we never moved. Edges softened by the dust, the way a promise grooves. I wipe the glass but only smear the fingerprints we left. A map of where we overlapped, now blurred and unconfessed. We stood before this mirror, swearing we'd reflect the same. But one of us walked out and left the echo with the frame. You're the shadow reflection, staring back from broken glass. 1,000 tiny versions, none of them can last. I reach to touch the surface, fingers meet their own delay. The image ripples once, then turns its face away. Distorted, distorted, like stars seen through a veil of rain. At 3 a.m. the hallway light turns silver on the shards. Each fragment catches moonlight, plays a scene we can't discard. I don't sweep them up, I let them lie in quiet disarray. Proof that what we mirrored once refused to fade away. You're the shadow reflection, scattered across the floor tonight. No hole to reassemble, no wrong to make right. I step around the pieces, careful not to catch my own. We were clarity, now just the light that won't go home. Pieces still catch the glow, but the face they show isn't you anymore.
The pulse sways with every break jolt, same rhythm since last fall. I grab higher than I need to, fingers finding the old careless wall. Rubber worn smooth in the middle where thousands have held on tight. But tonight it feels personal, like it remembers your height. We rode this line together, shoulders brushing in the crowd. Now the car rocks empty spaces where your voice used too loud. You're the grip still warm on the pole that rush hours in. No hand to claim it now, just the metal that won't bend. I shift my weight and feel the ghost of how you lean. The train announces the next stop like it never dreamed. Swaying, swaying like promises we never got off it.
The window fogs from breathing, I trace a line that fades fast. Outside stations blur past names we used to know by heart at last.
Your scarf scent used to mix with the underground and bed. Now it's just brake dust and strangers, perfume everywhere. We timed our transfers perfectly, never missed a beat. Now I stand alone in the aisle, counting every seat. You're the grip still warm on the pole that rush hours in. No hand to claim it now, just a metal that won't bend. I shift my weight and feel the ghost of how you lean. The train announces the next stop like it never the habit lasts. Yeah, the grip's still warm, though the hand is long gone. No announcement for arrival, no reason to hold on. I let my fingers loosen as the door sits open wide. We were converse, now just the sway and the ride. The pull cools slowly, but my palm keeps the shape of holding on.
The tide pulls back like it's ashamed of what it left behind. Shells scattered on wet sand, each one a half-heard promise. I pick up fragments of what we carved into glass once. Now they catch light wrong, edges catching skin instead. We were current and drift, pulling in the same direction, until the moon turned away and the pool went silent. You're the echo riding waves that never reach the shore, a sound that shapes the water believes no more. I stand where the foam dissolves and wait for more, but it's just salt in the air, dissolving in the dark. Fading ripple, like breath on mirror glass. Your voice still curls in the curl of distant breakers, low and patient, like it's teaching the sea to forget. I walk the line where me dry, footprints feeling fast. Each step a rehearsal for not looking back. We wrote names in the tides margin, bold and temporary. Yeah, the next swell came polite and raised everything. Yeah, you're the echo riding waves that never reach the shore, a sound that shapes the water believes no more. I stand where the foam dissolves and wait for more, but it's just salt in the air, dissolving in the dark. Fading ripple, like breath on mirror glass. At night the ocean whispers secrets it borrowed from us, pieces of laughter caught and kept, questions left to rust. I don't dive in anymore, I just listen from the edge, let the undertow carry what I can hold instead. You're the echo lost in the hush between two tides, a shape the water it remembers but can't revive. I turn my back to the horizon, let the wind decide. We were motion, now we're only the space it leaves behind. Spiral stairs still echo with boots that aren't mine anymore. Iron railings cold as oats we broke against the shore. I light the lamp each dusk with oil from forgotten jars. Flame dances on the glass but never reaches where you are. We map the stars from this tower, fingers tracing constellations. Now the lens turns empty circles, no ships, no destinations. You're the last lighthouse keeper who left the beam on low, a slow revolving sorrow no vessel needs to know. I watch the light sweep empty sea, cutting through the mist alone. No warning horn, no rescue call, just the quiet I've outgrown. Revolving, revolving like a promise spinning into foam. Your coat hangs on the hook, sleeves stiff with salt and years. Pockets hold the compass that forgot which way is near. I wind the mechanism nightly, gears complain but turn. Each click a small betrayal, the ocean doesn't learn. We stood here swearing we'd outlast the storms that came to test, but one wave took your silhouette and left the rest. You're the last lighthouse keeper who left the beam on low, a slow revolving sorrow no vessel needs to know. I'll watch the light sweep empty sea, cutting through the mist alone. No warning horn, no rescue call, just the quiet I've outgrown. Revolving, revolving like a promise spinning into foam. Fog rolls in like forgiveness, nobody asked to receive. It smothers every beacon till there's nothing left to grieve. I let the lamp burn through the night, no one to see it shine. A final act of stubborn light, pretending you're still mine. You're the last lighthouse keeper, gone before the dawn could break. Beam still turning faithfully for no one's sake. I close the door behind me, leave the spiral to the dark. We were signal, now just a fog that swallowed spark. The sea has stopped answering. The light flicks on when I open the door at midnight again. Same cold white glow, same empty shelves staring back like old friends. A carton of milk sits in the back, date crossed out months ago. I shake it once, hear the thin slosh, then put it back slow. We used to stock the fridge together, labels facing out. Now the shelves echo louder than any shout. You're the shelf still empty, where the yoga used to stand. No note on the door, no plan, just the hum of the fan. I reach in anyway, fingers meet the chill too soon, hoping for something forgotten, something left by the moon. Cold air, like breath we stopped sharing long before. The vegetable drawer holds one wrinkled carrot nobody claimed. Its tip curls like a question mark, tired of being unnamed. I close the door gently, let the seal hiss shut once more. The compressor kicks in, steady heartbeat on the floor. We filled every gap once, laughed at the overflow. Now the space between jars is the only thing that grows. You're the shelf still empty, where the yoga used to stand. No note on the door, no plan, just the hum of the fan. I reach in anyway, fingers meet the chill too soon, hoping for something forgotten, something left by the moon. Cold air, like breath we stopped sharing long before. Sometimes I buy too much produce just to see it fill, watch it wilt in the crisper, prove nothing ever will. I don't throw it out right away, I let it turn to prove that even right takes longer than the silence of your absence. You're the shelf still empty, like clicking off behind. No groceries coming, no reason to remind. I leave the door ajar tonight, let the cold leak out slow. We were stocked, we were starred. Now just the hum and the glow, the light goes on, but the cold lingers longer than it should.
The metal flap creaks every morning at the same hour. I lift it anyway, knowing nothing's there to discover. A single flyer from last spring still stuck in the back. Its colors faded, promising sales we never came back. We used to leave notes in the slot when keys were lost. Now the slot just swallows air, counting what it costs. You're the mailbox, still empty after all these months. No stamp, no handwriting, no forwarding hunch. I check it twice a day like muscle memories fold, hoping for a miracle envelope sealed and uncaught. Quiet, quiet, like rain that never hits the tin. Oh, postcard from inside wall, having a great time in ink that's starting to crawl. I don't throw it out, I just rotate it face down. Let the message hide from the light it used to crown. We wrote addresses we thought we'd always know. Now the ink runs in my mind where the postmarks don't show. You're the mailbox still empty after all these months. No stamp, no handwriting, no forwarding hunch. I check it twice a day like muscle memories fault. Hoping for a miracle, envelope sealed and uncut. Quiet, quiet, like rain that never hits the tin. Sometimes the mail carrier waves like nothing's changed. I wave back, pretending the box isn't strange. The rust on the hinges matches the rust in my chest, both waiting for something to pass the address test. You're the mailbox still empty, lid hanging loose. No delivery scheduled, no excuse to use. I leave the flap open at night, let the night air in. We were correspondents, we were corresponding. Just the echo where the mail should begin. The slot stays open, but nothing ever falls through anymore.
Her old bike leans against the fence like it forgot how to leave. Rust climbs the frame in slow orange waves, claiming what we believed. I trace the handlebars where your hands once gripped too tight. Now the metal flakes away. No protest, no fight. We pedaled through the same streets, wind whipping promises ahead. But one chain link gave way, and the ride turned to dread. You're the chain that rusts quietly in the rain-soaked yard, link still connected, but the motion's gone too far. I kick the pedal once, hear the creak of what we used to be. No forward spin, no backward spin, just gravity. Rusted, rusted, like summer roads we never paved. Tires flat from standing still, spokes bent under unseen weight. Your seat still remembers the shape of someone who couldn't wait. I oil the joints, pretending motion might return someday, but rust whispers louder than the words we didn't say. We rode side by side till the hill became too steep. One of us kept going, the other learned to sleep. You're the chain that rusts quietly in the rain, so yard link still connected, but the motion's gone too far. I kick the pedal once, hear Sometimes it does, the wind rattles the bell we never rang, a single note that echoes down the path we never sang. I don't chain it up, I let the ivy weave its claim. Let nature take the wreckage, give it back its name. You're the chain rusting quietly where the grass grows tall. No mechanic's hand can fix what time let fall. I walk away without a glance, leave the frame to lean. We were right, now just a quiet between the scenes. The bell still sways, but the sound it makes belongs to no one now.